All right, everybody, we are back. Thank you so much for watching McRaeathon Presents A Blast from the Past. We're a 2-day speedrunning marathon held here on the McRaeathon channel, and through the power of the internet, we are bringing you 2 full days of old-school racing goodness from the comfort of our own homes to yours. Coming up right now, we have the one and only DigitalDuck running Kikstart II. Duck, take it away.
Yeah, so we're doing some Kikstart II. I've just realised I haven't actually set my controls or anything up, but that's okay. I can explain what I'm doing here. Kikstart II is basically the very original try.
Een quest begint met een magisch moment. Wil je leren spelen? Begin met Disney Lorcana Gateway.
Kind of janky, and we'll see that as we get going. So the first thing I have to do is I can only set player 1 controls and name if I'm in 1-player mode, and if I switch to 2-player mode, I can only set player 2's controls and name. So we have to do things in a little bit of weird order. But anyway, we're going to get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So this is a 2-player, 1-controller run, and by 1 controller I actually mean 1 keyboard, because it's a keyboard based computer. You would think that this would be fairly easy, because with 2 players you would expect it to be fair. You would expect the first player and the second player to control exactly the same, and so if I press the same keys for both players at the same time, they will do the same thing, and usually that's the case. This game is very, very jank. And if you look at the brick ramps in the section there, we just went past it. There's an up ramp, and then there's a down ramp that's got a slight lip above it. You'll see that in quite a few different stages, and that completely breaks the game. This level is probably the best place to actually show it. So there is a section just here, this bit here, where it happens, and we drive over here, and we will just we'll just do that. Yep, it just breaks the game. There's no sound in this game. Obviously, sound was too difficult while they were trying to get it to not fall apart under the massive amount of duct tape and elastic bands and such that the entire thing is held together with. Let's do some more glitching here. So again, there's that section of ramp there, and if we just drive over it and do this, the bike sort of corrupts, and we are just driving while laying on the floor in front of our bike. Graphics are corrupting, and we are just... This is just happening. This is just what happens. There is no explanation for this. The game is just completely messed up. Also, here's a good example of the first and second players becoming desynced, even though I'm doing exactly the same actions for both. Yeah, so there are a number of mechanics in the game when it is working correctly. So you'll notice there's lots of different obstacles for us to drive over. This fire, if we touch it, will fall off and crash. There are these potholes, which if we drive into them, unless you're player 2 here and apparently just completely invincible sometimes, if you drive into them, you'll crash. There's water. If you drive into that, you'll crash. There's tires here. If you have to drive quickly over them. If you're driving slowly, you'll crash. Except when you don't, because the game again. There's wooden gates and wooden logs and barrels, which you can't land on. You can only drive over them. And also, if you're driving too quickly over the wooden gates or the logs, you will fall off and crash. So, you know, it's a standard Spectrum game where everything kills you, and it's a standard Trials game where you have to manage your speed and such. But unfortunately, both of them have combined, and so we just have a complete mess of everything breaking and not working properly. This game got reviewed very highly in magazines at the time, and I'm not entirely sure why. When you fall off your bike, you'll notice the camera slowly pans to the right until we get to a flat point where we can restart. The timer does run at double speed while that's happening. So that's sort of like the penalty for falling off your bike. But yeah, first 5 stages done fairly clearly. After every 5 stages, we go back to the main menu. I have to write the letters for the next 5 stages. So in this case, F, G, H, I, J, and then we go straight back into it. There are 24 stages in the game, and immediately desynced. That's fun. We've got this glitchy ramp again, so crazy stuff's going to happen. Not too crazy, fortunately. The way these levels are designed, I am 100% sure that about 70% of them are impossible to actually get through without crashing. These tracks weren't designed, they were kind of just found. As you can see from here, this is a series of wooden logs placed together, but it is just the very tip of the wooden log, copied and pasted about 20 times. I don't know why they did that rather than just put a normal wooden log there. But like I say, Hello?
I was just say, it reminds me a lot of kind of an early version of Motocross Maniacs for the Game Boy.
Yeah, quite possibly. Like I say, I think this was one of the. This is clearly the kind of the trial style game. I'm pretty sure most of them are like very slightly more stable than this one. I say that we're currently waiting for things to respawn, for us to respawn. Okay, someone survived that as player 2. And I didn't survive it as player 1. Excellent. I don't know if I don't know what was happening there with player 1. Just drive off the spring and immediately hit the ground. And it's still okay. Player 1 is completely corrupted at the moment. That's excellent news. Sorry, my dog is eating in the background. Let's see if can player 1 go over a ramp? Nope, player 1 cannot go over a ramp. Okay, ramps. Gravity is now broken for player 1. So one thing you might have noticed is that took 131 seconds for player 1 there, but it's registered as 31 seconds. That actually gets completely registered as 31 seconds in the game's high score table as well. So it is possible to completely cheese every track by just taking exactly 100 seconds. Or at least it would be, except the high score table doesn't work half the time either. Because why would it? Why would anything in this game work? But if you're going at full speed, it's usually a 30-second or so track. Every track is the same length. I'm going to try and jump over these. Nice, I actually got that exactly right. So if you drive full speed onto those wooden gates, you fall off and crash. Which we don't want. Again, for some reason we're out of sync. Okay, player 1 just not landing on ramps, sure. So there are other versions of this game. It was also available on the CPC, the Amstrad CPC, the Commodore 64, and the Commodore Amiga, and all of those versions are better than the Spectrum version. It pains me to say that because obviously the Spectrum is the best computer of those, but in the case of this game, definitely not. So we're just going to try and get through here. We're going to... Okay, we're going to almost succeed. Fall at the last hurdle. I was not even paying attention to player 2 there. So yeah, just to reiterate, I am playing both players here. There is a single player mode in which you play against the computer. It's actually faster to beat the game this way than playing one player against the computer because the computer is terrible at the game. Except when it's actually so good that it actually cheats and does stuff that shouldn't be possible. Yeah, just standard CPU player things. Speaking of standard CPU player things, what was that just happened there with player 2 just snapping up the... I'm sorry, what did player 1 just die for no reason? Okay. I don't know what's happening with player 2 there. I'm trying to focus on at least some aspects of this insanity, and it's just everything is just breaking. Yeah, okay. Yeah, just smooth drive up and down the picnic tables. Yeah, that's how physics works. And then you can't jump on them. Okay. Okay, we'll get a we'll register a 3-second time on this stage. Also, nice time on the second player there. Look, all I did here was I just held down the accelerator, and the two players did entirely different things. It is funny sometimes if I was literally about to mention that sometimes the second player will just get burned by fire while not even on the bike. That never happens to player 1, only to player 2. Just like you're already off the bike, but for some reason you can just hit the fire and die. And you also notice I'm trying to end every stage in a wheelie. If you hold down the jump button when you end the stage, you just get stuck in a permanent jumping state. So it looks like you hold a wheelie as the level ends. That's a fairly minor glitch. It's just a fun thing to do. It doesn't actually have any effect on the game. I missed the bunny hop. We're gonna have to wait a little while here. We've got to wait all the way to that free. These are supposed to be breeze blocks. They don't really look very much like breeze blocks. So we're gonna go try and jump over the tires. Okay, player 2 is just... Yeah, just okay. Player 2 is invincible at the moment. Oh, okay, maybe not. Player 2 was invincible, and then that last bump was just too much. And now we have to just wait for the... where's the respawn? Is it this point or is it after the bunny hops? Oh, it is here. Okay. Oh, we didn't clear it anyway. It may as well have been afterwards. Okay, we're halfway through the stages. This one immediately starts with a glitched ramp. Fortunately, it doesn't actually do anything. But that would be one to... Yeah, we've got some more here. Basically, this structure here where you've got the upward ramp and then a downward ramp that's slightly higher. It does just put the rider in a completely invalid state and basically causes memory corruption. I don't know why... First of all, why this is even... Player 2 is invincible again. Okay. Okay, player 2 is literally invincible. Cool. Okay. Yeah, that sometimes happens. Can I drive at full speed over these as this? No, I can't. Excellent. Only player 2 can drive at full speed. Okay, sure, ramps don't work. Sometimes ramps don't work. I want to point out, this got, I think it was 7 out of 10 in magazines at the time. So this was really, this was considered a good game in 1987 by magazines. I have no idea why, because there are some genuinely great games on the Spectrum released around the same time, and this is really not one of them. Right, let's get some fast racing. I tried. Yeah, I was never going to make that jump. It's like I say, I'm pretty sure half of these tracks are actually just outright impossible to beat without falling off. And these next two tracks are really hard, so I'm going to let Nordic give us some messages while I concentrate on them.
Sounds good to me. I'll let you get your focus on while we talk about a few things like thanking BSG. You know, BSG helps to support this marathon, so make sure that you go and check out BSG's next event, which is going to be BSG Plus 2025. That's going to be happening from February the 22nd through March the 1st of next year. We've also got UKSG Red coming up, which is going to be sometime in late January. And then a little shameless self-promotion, but NSG is going to be coming up in April of next year from the 11th through the 13th, I want to say, question mark. It's my event, and I can't remember the dates, but it's in early April, coming to you from Norway. So make sure to check out those and all of the other sister events that are going on. Also, if you want to make sure that you are up to date with everything going on, make sure to get on over to Twitter at McRaeathon or on Blue Sky at McRaeathon.bluesky.social. Check out the Discord, check out all kinds of stuff going on there, as well as the YouTube channel if you want to catch up on anything that has happened in the past. So there we go. Back to you, Duck.
Yeah, thanks for that. So, yeah, in case you didn't get the joke, there was just two completely blank levels in there. Levels P and Q have absolutely nothing in them, and I don't know. I guess they just didn't get round to making those levels. Yeah, they've made 20 other levels. You can't expect them to pad out the full length. Yeah, again, we've got some weirdness going on with... These are half barrels. I don't know why they're half barrels and not just full barrels. We're going to try and get through this. This level I mean, it is actually a genuinely good level in terms of like the structure of it, but the physics of the game just make it impossible to actually work with. And there's player 2 just burning while not on the bike. Okay, I did the same thing with both players. I tried. Oh. Just missed the spring there. Oh, I missed it with both. It's kind of slightly RNG. Oh, I guess it's really about timing. But... So I'm not entirely sure how these springs are supposed to work. A driver already over the finish line. It should count. Yeah, it should be road rash rules. Speaking of road rash, I'm running road rash tomorrow. But we'll focus on this for now. Yeah, one thing this game really, I mean, alongside all of the other jank, it likes to respawn you on tires, but you will immediately fall off tires. So it's not really a good place to respawn you. Okay, final set of 5 levels. There's 24 levels, but we can only do them in sets of 5, so we're going to do level Q again at the end as well. Okay, player 1 just casually driving over the bump like it doesn't exist. Player 2 invincible again? Yep, player 2. Oh, no, player 2 is not invincible. Okay. Sometimes he is, sometimes he isn't. Okay, and the final real level. Again, this was actually quite a fun level. Structurally, if it weren't for the fact that the game just does not cope well with input. There we are, we got that in perfect time. So now I've just got 3 more levels to go. And yeah, I'm gonna just have a bit of a rest. How is everyone today?
Well, I'm doing well. A little bit chilly up here in Norway today, but not too bad. How's chat doing today?
Yeah, how's chat doing today? So yeah, basically there's never 2 levels at the end which don't have anything in them. We do have at least a snow level, which is nice. As I suppose I never really mentioned, there are 3 different color palettes. There's a day, a night, and a snow level. In other versions of the game, these do affect how the game plays. So like if you're in the snow level, you can't speed up or slow down as quickly, and like you have to go slower on certain obstacles. On the Spectrum version, they do absolutely nothing. They are just color schemes. So yeah, time will be when we cross the finish line on this level. And I'm slightly ahead of estimate, so I will show off a very little something at the end as well. So time's coming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. So yeah, if we go to the best times, we can see that McRae and BFTP have set some best times on some of these levels, including 3 seconds on course K there. But a lot of them we haven't, because they just don't register for some reason sometimes. Again, don't ask. I'm going to set us to, which course was it? It's course B. So if I go to course B, I'm just going to have a little drive. And we're just going to, don't worry about player 2. Player 2 not really important. And if I just decide to hit my brakes here a little bit, and yep, that's the game crash. So yeah, that's going to be it for me. I hope you enjoyed this madness, and I'll be back with a real game tomorrow. But enjoy the rest of the marathon.
Well, thank you so much. That was that was certainly something. It was something special, and I loved it. So thank you so much for that entertaining little trip back in time to the ZX Spectrum. Coming up next, we are going to have another game, and it would be good if I knew what it was. It is going to be, it's going to be Colin McRae Rally 2.0. How appropriate for McRaeathon, being run by Peppermint Flex. So stick around, everybody. We've got a brief intermission. Enjoy some music, and we will be back shortly with some Colin McRae.